Frankie O.
What's up, Zane?
How are you, man?
I'm incredible, man. How are you?
I am incredible also. Once again, we find each other in great places. And, dude, congratulations on setting your album free, man. Channel Orange out today. And just remarkable how things have unfolded in such a short amount of time already since you put it out, huh?
Yeah, I'm stoked. It's a good situation.
Just talk us through quickly why you decided to go with it a week up front. Because I know in a lot of cases it's because things leak or there's various reasons. But this one just it felt like it was a more personal decision than you were forced into it. I don't know if I'm making that up. You tell me.
It was actually the plan all along. I kind of wanted to mirror what Watch Your Throne, what Jay and Kanye did with Watch Your Throne, preventing the leak by staggering the digital and physical dates. My thing was I wanted all the promotional elements to be, I don't know if the word is retroactive, but kind of follow the album with the videos and the tour and do everything after, and kind of just let the music speak for itself for a second and not be in a situation where the record leaked, I guess. So it was always my plan to drop it ahead of physical, and we, meaning like my management and the label, have been going through a lot to make sure it went down seamlessly, and it did. So I'm happy it went cool.
Yeah, man. I mean, you pulled off an almost impossible trick in this stage of the game, which is, to, like you say, control the release of an anticipated record, which we've just become accustomed to the idea of things leaking either by design on an artist level or because somebody's in a hurry to create a story. I love the fact that this body of work, which I have to say, Frank, and you know what I'm going to say, has been so lovingly crafted and beautifully put together, has been released in accordance with that effort, So congratulations to you, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. People are listening to me and liking it. It's awesome.
It's such an incredible body of work, over 17 songs, and it feels like an album from start to finish, literally start to end. The track listing, the way you put together is so carefully done. In a digital age, again, that's something a lot of people forget about, but you really took that seriously, didn't you? You wanted it to feel like something that started and ended and didn't get interrupted anywhere in the middle.
That's for my own, I hate to sound selfish, but that's for my own personal enjoyment also. That's a big thing for me is to make things feel cohesive and follow through.
Have you actually got a physical copy, if you held, because I know it's out today digitally, if you held a physical copy either on vinyl or on CD or yet of the actual finished album?
I don't. I actually, not to give away too much of the inside, but I'm actually still designing the package for vinyl.
Wow.
The physicals are done, but they, when we sent them in, they were locked down at the manufacturer. They haven't left. They never went on trucks because that's where things leak. They never went on trucks to any of the retailers or anything. Like they're doing all of this now this week since the digital is out now to get things to the stores pretty quickly. So I haven't even held one in my hands. Wait
for that moment, Frank. You're going to love that. You're going to be like, this is what it is. Because, it's great having it digitally and you can see it trending on Twitter and people are loving it. And that's the wonders of the modern world, man. But holding that, not to sound like old school, because I'm trying, I don't want to come across as old fashioned, but.
No, man. It would be a glorious day for me personally.
Incredible Frank Ocean. Part 2 of our brand new interview with the creator of the album of the week right now. So listen, the making of this record, so much was talked about what avenues you could have gone down at any point as you were conceiving what this record was going to be. You already had some incredible peers that were probably offering to help you or has certainly collaborated with you. And yet, the guest list is small but perfect. The collaborators, production and writing wise, are not, A-list, kind of people. You've kept it very in-house. Just talk us through the process of making this record and what your thinking was behind what you wanted to achieve on it, on those terms.
I wanted to, do things that I hadn't done before structurally with songs, and I wanted to go different places sonically that I haven't gone before. The resources that I made use of weren't the most obvious ones. I made use of the budget, even the spaces where I recorded. A funny story for this record, I went and because studios get expensive, you spend $1,600 a day in some of these rooms, to record and stuff. So I was like, well, I want to record in the house, and I was like, I got this idea, so I wound up renting all this gear. I rented this house in Beverly Hills out here in Cali, and and really nice house, really amazing pool. and the label will hate me for this, but I probably only recorded Lost there, I recorded Pyramids there. I did Analog 2 with Tyler for the OSA.
And that's about it, right?
And that was the only thing. That was it. That was all I did. That was all I did at the house.
Nice pool, though, man.
Oh, I was in it every day. My master bathroom had a sauna. You know, it was like I had the housekeeper daily. It was great. It was awesome. Yeah. You know, I did things like that. Going back to the cohesiveness of a record, it was important for me to do the project with a limited amount of people, and I got the opportunity, which I value so greatly, to sit with some of my creative heroes and play them the songs in different stages of completion, and and get input and get feedback, and I tried to just make something that was true to what I heard in my head and true to what I thought the future should be for me, music wise. So that was what I did, man.
When I hear the record now, I really, and I know that you love music full stop, and the people that you remind me of in the world of music that aren't tied down to one thing. People like D'Angelo, and you've worked with Andre 3000 on the record. Outkast spring to mind, and there is just some remarkable reference points on the record that stylistically, when you get into Fertilizer, I mean, there are very few artists out there in this current climate, let alone historically, who would go in, track number 2 really, and deliver in that kind of tempo. It must be really rewarding and freeing to be mucking around in that world, writing songs and not really worry.
Right. I always say, and I always probably cheese out the moment with my creative heroes and the people I look up to in music and art and whatever. And I always, I always say I'm indebted to them. And I've been listening to music for a long time, and there's a lot of it out there, man, and so many things to pull from, and so many colors to paint with, if you will. So
I don't even feel like you've started, and I know that that's probably an insult after the effort you've put in swimming so much and barbecuing in Beverly Hills. I know. No, but I can hear the work put into this record, man. But I still don't feel like we've actually even really, set the clock running yet in a weird way.
I hope I'm allowed, and do this for as long as I can.
God willing, dude. Me too. Frank Ocean, the most beautiful, poignant, heartfelt album I've heard in a long time. That's the text from Alex. I love it, says Emily, Mark, Kenny, Frank Ocean, Sick Life. Beyond excited for Frank Ocean, Jessica, Yatesy, Emily Bieber, Livy. A lot of people are enjoying the interview. Part 3 of our interview with Frank Ocean about the album of the week, Channel Orange on Radio 1. Hottest show in the world. A couple more questions before we let you go, man. Let's get to the facts of the matter. Performing live, I know you did Fallon last night. Did that go through?
Oh yeah, it was great. I had a great time out there.
Rolling with the Roots.
I was on the first flight back to LA. I didn't even get to sit down really, but it was a great experience. It's freezing cold in those studios.
They really keep him cold. What's the matter? Dude, Letterman, apparently it's like minus 10 degrees in his studio.
I hear that because I got there and the thermostat was at like 50, and I'm like, are there ice cubes? I'm like, what's good? Nah, it was a great time. No, I had a great time out there.
You can't be a best kept secret anymore on stage. I've been lucky enough to see you, and a few people have, and you've handpicked your shows perfectly. You've done the talk show now. You've opened that gate. You've got an album out. What is your attitude of performing live at this stage, Frank? Because the demand is clearly there, and yet you are still in control. So what do you want to do?
I want to give the best show possible when I can. And put myself in a position to just do my best. So if that means a lesser volume of appearances, then so be it. I'm in this thing, whatever this is. I hate to call it a game because I take it pretty seriously, but I'm in it for as long as I'm allowed to be. So it's not about let's do a million things right now. It's about let's just do our best to do the best things right now.
Is that the reason why you do so, you pick your things so carefully? Is it, can you say hand on heart it's because you want it to be the best of the best, or is there a certain reticence about performing a lot of shows for other reasons? I mean, can you bottle it down as to why it is you're being so selective?
Look, I'm going to be on the road. I leave Thursday night. I'm on the road with, at best, a travel day in between dates for 3 months. I'll be gone. I'm going on a national tour. After national tour, I'm going festivals. After festivals, I'm going on stadium run with Coldplay.
Yeah.
So I'll be performing. I'm doing the best I can, Zane. I'm doing the best I can, man.
Yo, I'm not your boss. It's cool. Yo, Frank, what's up?
I'm doing the best I can, man. I'm doing my best.
You're doing great, man. You're doing great, and you've done such an amazing thing with this album once again. And I said on radio a while back, when we were playing Pyramids, we played it in full, and I said, we have these unrealistic expectations of these artists sometimes because of the music they've given us. This is so rewarding, but dude, you've more than delivered, and thank you for your time, Frank. And whenever we get a chance to see you, it's going to be special, man. Always good to talk, dude.
Thanks for all your support, Zane. I mean that.